Now this is the third out of fourth video in a series where I sort of look over the PG Ark feature. Yeah, I didn't know you could make your own Ark worlds either. In this episode, I go ahead and I try to create my perfect, ideal Ark. You can watch the others for context if you like, but it's not entirely necessary. So, let's just get into it. Okay, so now we're going to be making my own procedural Ark. We'll start with the template of Sandy Shores, because that got the beaches right, and I would like to leave the beach settings alone. Map seed 82. I'll just put that to 256, my lucky number. I'm not sure what landscape radius is. Or erosion steps. We'll turn erosion steps up to 13, I guess. Erosion strength, turbulence settings, deposition strength. I think that's like when water collects at the, or when like silt collects at the beach. I don't quite understand that. Mountain frequency. There was a couple too many mountains. We'll put that down to 5. So I guess that'll be 5 mountains. I think. Oh, I want kind of. So that was a 1.5. We'll just put that at 1. Just flat 1. I want it a little. I guess that would make it a little less steep. Which I would want mountain height. I kind of want. I want mountains. The mountains to be a little taller. Mountain slope threshold. No clue what that means. Shore slope. I want it to be a gradual slope down into the dark, scary abyss. Water frequency, we will put that down to, let's call it 2.5. Little less water. Level, we could put it up a little higher, so I guess that would be negative 0.1 instead of negative 0.7. Grassland grass density, I don't really care about the density of the grass, to be fair. General mountain trees, I want no trees on mountains whatsoever. Snow mountain tree density, let's just put it to 0.1. That'll make it 3 times as common. Snow shore, so I guess it's snow beaches. We can just leave that. Mountain tree density, well, I turned mountain trees off, so the density won't matter at all, but we'll also put that to 0, I guess, just in case. Snow tree density, we can keep it as it is. Alright, let's see how this goes. Hopefully it's not a monstrosity. Oh fuck, I definitely messed something up. This does not look good at all. We'll see. Okay, so one of the settings I enabled, shoreline steepness 1, probably, but there's still trees and stuff here, which looks very weird seeing them grow out of the stone. What the hell have I done? This looks a little bit like the Highlands. Jesus, what have I made? This is a monstrosity. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully it's not a monstrosity. Alright. I messed something up. Would definitely mess something up the tree density. The only spot you can get trees now is on this weird ass shore. This looks like when you make an endless world on Minecraft. That's pretty much what this is right now. And this is like the Windows fucking Vista logon screen. The Redwoods does not have any trees. There's literally no trees if it's not on the shore. Look at this. Yeah, we got some islands at least. Oh! Oh, okay. This is really cool looking actually, to be fair. I really like that. This looks really cool actually. So I messed up everything except the snow biome. The snow biome looks badass. What it should be. Just endless trees. Lots of obsidian, at least. There's some metal on this island. Yeah, this would not... I mean, I guess you theoretically, all the resources you need are technically here. This would be playable, but it certainly would not be any fun at all. Shoreline here. So I definitely need to turn the shoreline gradient down. I didn't even know shit could spawn like this. Well, while it might be a little bit funny to look at, this obviously is not the ideal world that I was hoping to create. So it's time to go back into the menus and try again. This time I hope to make my own set of islands, so I went on the Sandy Shores template again, and then I pumped up things like the water frequency and the water depth, in the hopes of getting a bunch of islands, or one island that the whole map was on. Okay, we're missing one spawn point, but, you know, we're missing 2 out of 12. Not bad. I think this one will probably work out a little better than the last one that only had like 4 spawn points. Okay, I'm liking the beach a lot more. It's still a little steep and stony, but this is manageable, I would reckon. One thing I'm very excited to explore here is the forest I see over there. I wonder if it's like that. Yeah, here's the jungle thickness. There we go. This is beautiful. Oh, what the? Oh no, I put the water the wrong way around. Fuck. What? I messed with the water settings. So I guess when you go any point... So everything below this point is not water. I fucked this up, and it looks so cool, too. Yeah, okay, so... I should not have messed with the water settings. I do a pretty bad job of explaining this when I'm in the game, but I think essentially what happened here was I took one of the water settings that was originally a negative, so it could have been -1, and I put it to a positive, so I just put it to +1. So normally, the way water works is everything below a certain point is water, but because I put it to a positive, everything above a certain point is water now. And that's why you see me flying around in this ocean biome that has no water whatsoever. The water. The all-consuming black fucking water. Damn, it looks so cool! So, just a little bit above the water surface. As long as I stay down here, we'll be okay. Damn, if I didn't fuck with the water, this actually looks pretty cool. Damn, I literally waited 15 minutes for it to load into this broken fucking world. By now, the system was showing its cracks. You gotta keep in mind, every time I load up one of these worlds, it takes me 10 minutes. So, 30 minutes overall looking over these worlds, and that was just wasted time because I had misplaced a digit here or there. I hadn't even begun to get a rough draft for what I wanted, much less fine-tuning it, but I'm not just going to quit after 2, so I'm going to push on and start up another one. I'm determined to get one that actually looks decent, so we'll just go from default here. I will not be touching the water levels at all. And 10 seconds later, I threw that idea out of the window. This time around, I wanted to create a map that would be basically ideal for a raft. So lots of rivers cutting through, lots of lakes, you know, plenty of water. Not exactly islands, but something that a raft could definitely do well in. On my game, every time I try making a new world with new settings, the game crashes. I have to close the app. Now I gotta start it again. At this stage now, I'm getting a little annoyed because I've been doing this for an hour and I've yet to get a world that, like, isn't fucked. It's very, very frustrating. I don't know why everything is spread out into islands. That was not my intention. I don't know why the whole of the islands is just one very big hill. I don't know what setting I messed up there. The redwoods are cool, but I don't know why there's a big hill just breaking them up. I would have liked one continuous redwoods. It's just, this would not even be a playable map. Even if I wanted to do the fucking pirate DLC idea, this would be terrible. This is just a worthless map. I didn't mess with the water levels. As you can see, they're pretty shallow, I think. This is a cool, like, looking area though. I like this. This looks really chill, but that's about the only thing this island has going for it, and I spent fucking like 20 minutes loading into this world just to have it pretty much be a failure, so time for me to spend another 20 minutes loading into a new world. At this point, I'm realizing whatever, you know, system they're using to generate the procedural worlds doesn't allow for much customization. Because if you try changing it a little bit, it just fucking breaks. I guess I can't trust myself to make a world, so I might as well fucking press random a bunch of times. I've wasted enough time trying to load it in. You know, at this point, I might as well just press random a couple times and we'll see what happens. It only changes it, like, 3 things. Wow, the more I start to use the system, the more I start to hate it, to be honest. Probably gonna be pretty boring, but we'll see. Well, that sure took its time. Spent about half an hour trying to do that. Didn't work out. This is probably junk, isn't it? It's like all snow. You gotta be kidding me. This is awful. It's like all snow and mountains. It's just shit. And like that's all there is to say about it. The more I'm using the system, the more the wonder of it wears off, and the less impressive it is. Waiting 20 minutes to load into like this. So like 60% of it is snow, and then like 20% of it is redwoods, and then the other 20% is like jungle. You know, areas where you can actually fucking live. Well, this one is sort of a failure. I'm sure the next one will be better though, so let's just try that. So we'll just go on another create procedural arc, and we'll just spin the dice a couple of times. And we'll just go ahead and we'll make another one, and we'll see how different it is from the other. Alright, let's see how different it is. My guess is probably not all that different at all. It's pretty different, to be fair. This one is not 90% snow. It's 50-50 jungle and redwoods. There actually is not a snow biome now. It's certainly something that exists. This lake in the middle here is pretty cool, to be fair. If you play on this map, it's... I mean, of course there's going to be resource issues, like there's 10 metal rocks. But unless you live like right here, and you have this as your view, which I guess might be kind of cool. Unless that's the case, and say you just live right here. You know, how fucking boring does it get? Overall, the differences between these two randomly generated worlds was pretty minuscule. Really, it was just the size of the biomes. This one has a big snow, this one has a smaller snow. That's not something that I'm willing to wait 30 minutes for, just to figure out that this one has a bigger jungle. Cool. So this kind of showed me that randomly generated worlds are definitely not the way to go. I want to make a nice looking world, I really do, but it's tough. It's tough when a lot of the stuff, I don't know what. You know, maybe I'm just being stupid, but I don't know what erosion strength changes. And you know, if I fuck up one little number, all just goes to shit. So we'll go the one we'll try many islands. Increase the water frequency. Well, if I change the water frequency to 10, mountain frequency, we'll make it like 30 mountains, I guess. We'll make them a little taller with a much more gradual slope. And this will just be more of a tweak on the many islands preset more than anything else. Well, we got some spawn zones missing, and that is never a good thing. I would say that's a mission fail right there. Oh, come on, man. I didn't really even change anything. Is that literally the only thing I did, was make these disgusting jagged mountains? I mean, a couple of these would look cool. Right, like a small one out at sea like that looks kind of cool, I guess. But, yeah. All I did was basically fuck up the mountains, so like now every mountain is just this like jagged, spiky mess. Yeah, all I did was make this worse, in fact. A lot of these islands now are just like, they're just worthless. This was another instance of me accidentally flushing 15 minutes of my time down the drain. I misplaced a digit somewhere, so now every mountain is just these jagged spires that are completely inaccessible. I mean, that's the biggest problem with the system I've seen so far. Every time I try to do anything, I don't know what the numbers mean, so I put in something that's really shouldn't even be an accepted value. So it's time to move on to the next world. So for this one, what I did is I pumped up the water frequency in hopes of raising the water level, and then I also put a bunch of mountain spawns, so that the mountains would peek out over the water and there would be actual land. It's not really even islands anymore, it's just mountains. I put the water frequency up. Was I supposed to put it down? Damn, dude, this sucks. I can't get it right. Yeah, I think I put the water frequency up, but I think water frequency doesn't affect the ocean. It just affects how many lakes the game makes. Which I don't really care about fucking lakes. I probably put the mountain frequency a little too high. Back to the drawing board. The turbulence power will quadruple turbulence and will double erosion. And that'll be the only differences we make. And then I only changed those settings from the presets because I wanted to know what they do, because the name just isn't descriptive enough. So if that's the only thing I change, I can compare and contrast with the old world. Okay, this is kind of a cool, like, crescent-shaped island. I like that, actually. This looks a little weird, but... We have this really weird island. I wonder how that is formed. Maybe I turned the erosion up too high. And the, like, the big islands could survive the erosion, but the smaller ones couldn't. The thing I'm noticing is these very weird squiggly formations. Maybe the land would have gone all the way up to here, but because I turned the erosion up, I still don't know. They're all weird, like when you get those wavy chips, that's what they were looking like. This is infinitely worse. I really cannot improve on the design. Oh, dude, even the snow's in line. The snow trees are in line now. That's so weird. This 15-minute experiment only really solved one question for me. What happens if you turn the erosion up really high? Well, you get squiggly lines. What happens if you turn it down? What does it do? How do you use it? Don't fucking ask me, man. I don't know. You know, we're just gonna... I just want to see... I really want to know, what does turbulence power do? We're turning... That has gone like 500 times stronger now. And we're just gonna see what kind of hell world it makes. We got a lot of spawn zones missing, so this cannot be a great sign. Let's try South Zone 3. So what is the turbulence setting affected? We're about to find out. Oh, Jesus. This is fucked. It's a maze. Oh my god. Yeah, no wonder I was having trouble spawning. What's the point of the turbulence setting? How does having this help? So if I spawn right here, and I was just a guy playing, I could get this tree. Alright, make sure not to slip, because it's just game over if I slip. Then I could get this tree. Get a couple berries. This is a little fucked up, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know what the point of the turbulence setting is. I still don't know what it does. I guess it just makes your stuff real mountainy. This has only made me more confused. Oh, dude, this would be such a... This would be the best spawn ever. You get like 8 trees and a parasaur. You could almost maybe even make a raft. So the purpose of making these weird worlds with just the one setting turned up like 20-fold was to figure out what that setting did. And in this one, I tried to figure out what turbulence setting was. And I'm 0% closer to understanding it. I know that if you put a lot of it, you have very spiky peaks, though. I'm not understanding the system anymore just by using it. Turbulence power was a mistake. Let's see what deposition strength is. We'll increase that 20-fold, and we'll see how that plays out. Let's see what deposition strength is. We'll increase that 20-fold, and we'll see how that plays out. At this stage, these worlds they're just starting to blend together. I don't even remember what I changed about this one. Slowly losing my mind doing this. Oh, okay. Speaking of losing my mind, I think I accidentally turned it into Spike World again. Jesus, what is this? And it was the same thing as Turbulence, except this time it's a little more spiky. Okay, this is epic. Great, to be honest. I can't make a world. I still don't understand why this is like a feature that you can turn up. I still don't know what deposition strength is. I thought like if I increased it, I'd be like, oh yeah, it makes the beaches really skinny. That's what it does. I still have no clue what deposition strength does. I guess it determines how spiky the floor is, maybe. Yeah, you need like a Harvard PhD to understand half the shit on there. So clearly turning a stat up to 1000 and then trying to work out what it does once you generate the world isn't working. You know, I've done this twice, wasted 30 minutes, no progress has been made in that aspect. So I'm going to make one last world, and it's just going to be a regular ass world. And then I'll try fine-tuning it from there. But if it doesn't work, I'm done. I'm going to give this one last go. One last go. The fact that I see exactly 0 spawn points is not a great sign. Where's it going to put me? Land. Nope. There. I really fucked that up this time around, huh? There's some land over there. Please, just let me go see. Alright, I got an idea. I'd even mess with the water. I don't know why the water's up so high. Or why the walls are all closed in around me. Oh, now we're dropping. Alright, cool. Can't move that way. I can move this way, though. There's nothing. So as you can see, my trend of fucking up worlds has gone wrong again. This time I spawned outside of the fucking world border, and that's the only spawn there is. You know the old saying, when in Rome. So I'm going to see what goes beyond the world border. This could be interesting. Okay, so I think I've spawned on the wrong side of the map. Because there were no spawn points, it spawned me on the wrong side. So I wonder what happens if I go out here. What is that color it's taken? Alright, we're just gonna keep moving. Oh my god, it's... What is this? Oh, land. We've reached land! Oh dude, you could... Oh cool, no more water. You could build the nicest base right here. What happens if I turn off admin? Okay. Am I meshing my own world right now? The black square ends a little bit up here. Is this like the very end? No, I can keep going. What the hell? You gonna discover something real scary back here? As you can see, it just continues on forever. Let me turn my brightness down because it is a little blinding. So you can see, it just goes on forever. The land's all the way back there. So this is what's past the world border. I don't know why they have so much. I'm not a game developer, but I don't know why they've decided to put all this sand back here. If I look down, it's blue, but if I look up, it's sky.png. I wish I could go faster. Oh, yeah, get admin gun. Look back, I can see sky.png. The all-consuming void. Fuck this. Oh, why does the sand go on? Further and further and further. There's gotta be something at the end of this. I'm gonna keep going until my game crashes, to be honest. Oh. Oh no. Okay, I've died. I guess they just put a kill border at the end there. Now you know why it probably takes forever to generate a world. You gotta make, like, fucking miles upon miles of sand. I cut most of the traveling out, but I was moving at admin speed. I covered maybe 20 or 30 times the distance of the actual fucking map in just pure sand. In mode will work again. I'll just teleport to the other side here. Oh no. What have I done? Oh, there we go. Huh? I'm free. Okay, that's pretty funny. Is there gonna be... Dude! Oh, I was... I'm like, there's a tree! No, there's a moose. There might be a tree, though. Please tell me there's at least a tree. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that this final try here has been a bust. I'm not... Oh my god, this is the best spawn ever! You get a tree, and then you get a rock, and then you get a second tree! I played God. I probably shouldn't have, to be honest. I've condemned all these, like, dillos, but I've condemned all these things to a pretty shit existence. At least dude, the Pelagornis is chilling. If there's one creature that's gonna thrive in this environment, it's definitely gonna be the Pelagornis. Yeah, I think I'm done playing God. Well, that was a pretty shitty day. Yeah, I dedicated my whole day of playing Ark to that. The next episode will be the final one in this series, where I go over my final thoughts on the PG Ark system in general, and maybe what I'd like to see improved. Please do leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.